On his birthday, Kim Taehyung didn't stand under the spotlight of luxury or a grand, glittering party. There was no giant cake or extravagant decorations to take center stage. There was simply a quiet, warm, and profound moment, a moment born of the sincerity of 6 people who had walked with him through time, pain, laughter, and shared dreams. Taehyung sat there as himself, not as the world-renowned V of BTS, but as a friend, a brother, and part of a family formed not by blood, but by shared struggles. In that room, the presence of the other 6 members felt stronger than words. Their love didn't need to be declared, it was already felt in the air. As they each expressed feelings they had rarely spoken about in person, Taehyung's eyes began to well up. Each simple sentence brought back memories of long nights of practice, near-defeating failures, and days when they relied solely on each other to keep going. No expensive gift could match the power of the words, "Thank you for sticking with us." Those words, spoken with sincerity, seemed to open the door to emotions Taehyung had been keeping tightly guarded. The tears that fell weren't a sign of weakness, but rather proof of the depth of their bond. The relationship between these 7 people wasn't built overnight. It was tempered by time, by pressure, and by the sometimes cruel spotlight of the world. But that's precisely where their value grew. They learned to understand each other without needing to say much, learned to accept flaws, and learned to celebrate successes as shared. For Taehyung, this birthday moment was a reminder that he never walks alone. Behind every smile on his stage, there are 6 pairs of hands always ready to support him. Behind every song he sings, there are 6 other voices fighting to keep that dream alive. The silence that followed those words felt sacred. No one rushed to fill the space with fake laughter. Everyone allowed the feelings to be present as they were, honest, raw, and human. This is a form of love that doesn't need to be flaunted, for its power is enough to be felt. Taehyung lowered his head, trying to compose himself, but the tears continued to fall. The other 6 members didn't try to stop him. They knew it was safe to cry among siblings. That's where true trust lies, when someone can be vulnerable without fear of judgment. This moment was far from the spotlight of big cameras or a grand stage. Yet, in its simplicity, its meaning was multiplied. This wasn't about an idol's birthday, but about the journey of 7 people who chose to stay together, no matter what. Their friendship wasn't without conflict. There were disagreements, fatigue, and moments when they wanted to give up. But each time, they remembered why they started, a shared dream and their belief in each other. BTS has gone through many phases, and time has tested the strength of their bond. The world has changed, they've grown, but the foundation of togetherness remains strong. Taehyung's birthday moment was a small reflection of that long journey. For fans watching, this video wasn't just emotional content. It was a reminder that behind fame and achievements, there are real human connections. Relationships built on empathy, patience, and loyalty. Taehyung's tears conveyed more than any lengthy speech. He spoke of gratitude, the relief of being loved unconditionally, and the simple joy of having people who truly understand him. The other 6 members weren't just witnesses. They were active participants in the moment, each bringing their own intertwined stories and feelings. No one was superior, no one was inferior. They stood side by side as 7 individuals who complemented each other. This is what true brotherhood is all about. Not just laughing together during happy times, but also being able to hold each other in silence when emotions can no longer be contained. BTS shows that togetherness isn't about always being strong, but about sticking together when things are tough. Taehyung's birthday this year is symbolic. It symbolizes that true love doesn't require a big stage. It's enough to be present in a small space, with an open heart and honest intentions. Time will pass, and their paths may not always be the same. But the bond they've built is unwavering. It's rooted in memories, struggles, and a deep sense of mutual trust. To the world, BTS is a global icon. But to Taehyung, the 6 people around him are home. A place he can return to, no matter what. Every look directed at him that night held a long story. A story of pride not always expressed, of hidden worries, and of the belief that no matter what, they would always be waiting for each other. Those gazes spoke louder than any birthday greeting. His 6 friends understood that Taehyung was a person full of emotion, art, and honesty. They didn't try to change him, didn't demand he be someone else. That was precisely where their love was most evident, a complete acceptance of Taehyung for who he was, with all his sensitivity and depth of feeling. The tears that fell that day also served as a release. A release from a burden they had carried silently, from the pressure to always appear fine. With the 6 people he trusted most, Taehyung could finally breathe a sigh of relief, becoming a normal human being who didn't need to pretend to be strong. This moment also served as a reminder that true success isn't always measured by numbers, awards, or global recognition. True success is when someone is surrounded by people who love them not for what they have, but for who they truly are. BTS has shown the world that healthy relationships require effort. They chose to continue communicating, understanding each other, and growing together. Not everyone is able to maintain a bond like this amidst major changes, but they proved that it is possible. For Taehyung, this birthday will likely be remembered as one of the most meaningful of his life. Not because of the grand surprise, but because of the rare emotional honesty. A gift that can't be wrapped, but will remain forever in their hearts. Fans who witnessed this moment felt the same warmth. It was as if they were reminded that behind the idols they admire, there are human beings experiencing love, longing, fatigue, and gratitude in very real ways. And ultimately, this story isn't just about Kim Taehyung or BTS. This is about the true meaning of togetherness. About 7 people who chose to hold each other, continue walking together, and prove that true love can endure the test of time. This moment teaches us that the true meaning of a birthday lies not in celebration, but in reflection and gratitude. About who still stands beside us after all we've been through. Happy birthday, Kim Taehyung. Thank you for sharing such an honest and touching moment. And thank you, BTS, for continuing to remind the world that togetherness, love, and loyalty are the most precious gifts a human can have.